Broadcasting live from the Riddicks via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network, and we're starting coverage of this game 10 minutes later than scheduled as the Ravenwood NBA game went to OT. It's the Henry Hine Cup Losers Bracket semifinal. Brentwood taking on Centennial-FRA. These two teams met in the first round. Back on February 5th, Centennial won that game 6-4. Now, it's two teams deciding who will meet Station Camp Liberty Creek on Wednesday night in the Hine Cup Losers Bracket Final to determine who will face Father Ryan in the Hine Cup Final on Thursday night in Antioch. As there are now 6 teams still playing GNASH hockey in 2024-25. But when this game is over, there will just be 5 left, as NBA season has come to an end. Zamboni out on the ice, and while we do that, let's shout out to the MTSU hockey team. Yesterday they beat South Florida 4-0. To win the College Hockey South Conference's Division II championship tournament, and they're off to nationals. They have been one of the best teams in the whole country in ACHA Division II, and they got a conference championship trophy to prove it. So congrats to MTSU. They got a lot of former GNASH players on the roster. Again, going to wait until both teams are out on the ice to go over stats and stuff. Not really sure if we'll get an all-star announcement this week. We didn't last year. I don't think they put out the all-star rosters until the week of the game. Zamboni's almost done. Got only a little strip left to go over. All right, so Zamboni's gone over the ice completely. We're probably not getting started until 7:45 at the latest, so that's not too bad though. It looked for a moment like that Ravenwood NBA game was going to go to a shootout because they got inside the final minute of OT, but then Mason Reed ended it with that shot into the roof of the net, roof of the NBA net. Why am I? I'm already turning the chair to stand on it. Zamboni's just now left the ice. He's got to come back and off. All right, Zamboni doors are closed. I don't think the officials have come back yet. Well, Danny Corns is running the clock, and he's just now gotten back into the scorekeeper box. So we're still waiting for the officials before we can start this one. All right, they're telling him to get out on the ice. And I'm going to wait for the clock to start going before I go over stats. Because don't want to go over everything till, okay, well, they started the clock, even though the officials still aren't out here. All right, so let's talk about Brentwood first, coached by Chris Orm. This is the first Brentwood game we've done since their 8-5 loss to the Outlaws back in November. They started this Hine Cup losing to Centennial 6-4 in the first round on February 5th. Then in the first round of the losers bracket on February 10th, they beat the Montgomery County Rangers 8-3. And then back on Friday, in the losers bracket quarterfinals, they defeated the defending champions Rutherford Rampage 5-1, so they got revenge for last year's final. Here are that stats coming into tonight. Callahan Fielder, the leading scorer. He has 10 points from 8 goals and 2 assists. 5 of those goals came against the Rangers. Jack Schultz has 7 points from a goal and 6 assists. Zane Cesarone, 6 points from 4 goals and 2 assists. Brody Bohman, 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Payne Fielder and Will Hubbard each have a point from a goal. Wilson Tucker and Shea Janetta each have a point from an assist. On to goalie play. Andrew Sallee has played and started in all 3 games, so his record is 2-1. He's played 125 minutes. He was out of the net because Centennial's last goal in that first game was an empty netter. So he's given up 9 goals and 80 shots, turned away the other 71. His save percentage in the postseason so far is .887. His goals against average of 3.24. On to Centennial-FRA, coached by Connor McKenzie. Of course, the 6-4 win over Brentwood in the first round on February 5th. Then in February 10th in the winners bracket semifinal, they lost 4-3 to Station Camp Liberty Creek. And then last Friday beat Independence BA USN Nashville Christian 3-2 in the losers bracket quarterfinals. Nick Kloss is the team's leading scorer in the playoffs. He has 5 points from 3 goals and 2 assists. Brendan Mitchell has 4 points all from goals. Alex Izamini, 3 points all from assists. Caleb Mills, 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Tate Butcher, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Aiden Gardner, 2 points from a goal and an assist. Owen Brott with a point from a goal. And Charles Cunningham, or Cabell Cunningham, Avery Azaminia, Sean Advani, Blake Butcher, Awen Douglas, John Caesar, and Clay Hodgson all have a point from an assist. On the goalie play, Drew Stratton, unsurprisingly, has started all 3 games. His record 2-1. He's played 124 minutes. He was out of the net for the last 2 minutes of the game against Station Camp. He's allowed 10 goals on 111 shots, turned away the other 101. His save percentage in the postseason so far is .910. He has no shutouts, and his goals against average is 3.63. Centennial has won both meetings between these two teams this season. They won the regular season meeting 5-1 back on October 16th. That's the last time we did a Centennial game until tonight. And, of course, the 6-4 win over the Bruins to start the Hine Cup back on February the 5th. Whoever loses this game is going to lose a lot of seniors. Brentwood have 7 seniors, Centennial have 10, and 8 of them are Centennial players. I think you know the goaltending showdown of this one. It's going to be Drew Stratton in goal for Centennial against Andrew Sallee in goal for Brentwood. For this first period, Centennial will carry the puck from my left to right. Brentwood from my right to left. Winner of this game plays Station Camp in the losers bracket final on Wednesday. The loser, their season is done. Not many Brentwood fans in the stands. Centennial got a pretty decent crowd. Game is underway. Bruins with the puck off the draw. And played with a hand pass by Centennial, so that brings about the whistle just 9 seconds in. And they'll drop it right at center. And they blow the whistle, and hold on. There was another puck. There was a puck from the warm-up in the Brentwood net, and Andrew Sallee had to hand it off to the ref. So that's why the whistle blew off that drop. And Centennial win this one. Alex Izaminia firing it up the near side. Deflected into the Brentwood zone. Picked up by Matthew Malamed, trying to clear it out. Held in Azaminia at the left point. Zane Cesarone takes it away, then Azaminia takes it back. Held in at the left point again by Owen Boyer this time. And now brought out to center by the Bruins. Callahan fielder into the Centennial zone, but Twin brother Payne stepped in before him. Brings about an offside. 13:20 to go in the first. And nobody's gotten off a shot. So obviously, no goals on the board. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the Centennial bench. So, yeah, the fielders are twins, yeah. Here are Centennial. The shot from Aiden Gardner turned away by Sallee. Inside the Brentwood zone, Gardner shooting from the right circle. Back the other way comes Jack Schultz to center. Digging for the puck. Schultz on the red line, dumps it into the Centennial zone deep. Getting to it is Nick Kloss. And he sends it, trying to get it ahead to Carson Denning, and ended up splitting Brentwood defenders, and goes down for an icing. 12:39 to go in the first, and no goals on the board. Draw is going to be to the left of Stratton. Draws to Stratton's right, one by the Cougars. And here's Caleb Mills out at center on the far side. Had the puck poked off his stick right at the Brentwood blue line. And Jack Schultz brings it into the Centennial zone in the left circle. Schultz passes to the slot, and a shot over the net from Johnny Kelso. Caleb Mills carries it out to center. The puck poked away by Will Hubbard, and Awen Douglas will dump it into the Brentwood zone. Sallee will leave it at the end boards for Schultz. Schultz behind his own net. Fires it around to the far side. Cleared out to center. It was played with a high stick by Zane Cesarone, who then touches up to bring about the whistle. 11:42 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Draw to be to Sally's right inside the Brentwood zone. One by Brentwood, puck carried to center. Zane Cesarone, right wing side of the Centennial zone, goes around the back of the net. Comes out to the left wing, sends it through the top of the crease. And they found, the net, and Drew Stratton backed into the net and knocked it loose, but something was inside the Centennial net. It looks like a net guard, and it's Johnny Kelso's net guard, so he'll have to go back to the bench and put it back on. Draw will be to Stratton's left. One by Brentwood, poked on goal by Cesarone, stopped and covered up by Stratton. So they'll drop it to Stratton's left again. Draw one by the Bruins. Owen Brott getting the puck away from Payne Fielder. Fielder trying to get it back. Now Brott around the back of his own net out to the far side. Brott passing ahead to Nick Kloss. Kloss through center. Back into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Trying to put it in front, and Brendan Mitchell couldn't get a stick on it. Up, and penalty's been drawn by Payne Fielder. Zane Cesarone brings the puck back into the Centennial zone. Puck in the right wing corner. Oh, and then Fielder with a big hit on Nick Kloss. And hooking is the call. And it is against Owen Brott. So Brentwood get the first power play of the game. No goals on the board. 10:47 to go in the first. Draw is going to be to the left of Drew Stratton. Draw in by Centennial. Puck whipped around the boards to the near side. Oh, Will Hubbard kept it alive at the left point, but it got away from him a bit. But then Caleb Mills overskated it. It stayed in the zone. And here's Hubbard trying to put it out in front from behind the net. And Alex Cesarone fires it into the netting above the glass, trying to whip it around the wall and out. But yeah, Will Hubbard, that puck went off his stick, and it looked like he was going to fall backwards. And Caleb Mills skated up to it, and he overskated it. Draw to the left of Stratton again, won by Centennial. Aiden Gardner carries it out to center. Gardner into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Moves round to the defender, takes a shot. Stopped by Sallee. Puck brought back into the Centennial zone. Will Hubbard, high slot. Sending it to the front of the net. Stop with a stick of Payne Fielder, and then his shot stopped and covered up by Stratton. .76 seconds to go in the power play. 10:04 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Draws to the right of Stratton. Won by Brentwood, and a shot from Payne Fielder misses the net to the right of Stratton. Tate Butcher sends it around the boards to the near side. Held into the left point. Will Hubbard, his shot blocked by Mitchell. Brendan Mitchell and Nick Kloss. Passes ahead, Mitchell. Mitchell at center. Had the puck chopped off his stick as he went into the Brentwood zone by Jack Schultz. And now it's out at center. Callahan Fielder with it for the Bruins. Under a minute left in the power play for Brentwood. Fielder, left wing side of the Centennial zone. Passes out to the blue line. Schultz up, fumbled the puck. Nick Kloss backhands it out to center. Kloss now back in his own zone. Passes off, Alex Cesarone. And Alex Cesarone fires it to the other end of the ice. 30 seconds left in the power play for Brentwood. Puck cleared out. No, it hit the linesman's skate and stayed in the zone. Here's Brendan Mitchell trying to get it in front for Tate Butcher. It goes past the net to the right of Sallee. Jack Schultz firing the puck around to the far side, and this is going to go, nope, icing waved off. They waved it off because Nick Kloss really didn't make an effort to try and get to it. Blake Butcher trying to clear it out, and little brother Tate carries it out to center, crosses the red line, takes a shot that goes off the stick of Johnny Kelso and past the net. Penalty time against Centennial is up. They're back at even strength. Puck out at center, Brody Bohman sending it into the Centennial zone. No icing. Blake Butcher will track it down. Fires it past Cabell Cunningham, and it goes for an icing. 8:28 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Draw is going to be to Stratton's right. Draw one by Brentwood. But taken by Aiden Gardner, and he'll bring it out center up, but it's taken away from him by Brody Bohman. Right wing side of the Centennial zone, gets off a shot off the right leg pad of Stratton. Here's Nick Kloss out to center. Hands it off to Aiden Gardner. Gardner in the Brentwood zone, a shot past the net. Puck comes out to the blue line, and a shot from Owen brought, blockered away by Sallee. Puck out at center. Nick Kloss brings it back into the Brentwood zone. Sends it to the inboards. Well, Cunningham tried to hit on Matthew Malamed, but he went down. Puck in the left wing corner. Here comes Johnny Kelso clearing it out. Back into the Centennial zone. Goes past the net to the right of Stratton, who stops it for Kloss. Banks it off the far boards, but held in the zone by Melamed, but then poked off his stick by Aiden Gardner. But it's back in the Centennial zone now. Brody Bohman passing out to the blue line. Zane Cesarone couldn't get to it. Puck going all the way back down into the Brentwood zone. Jack Schultz is going to beat Brendan Mitchell to it, but Owen Boyer grabs the puck for Centennial. Puck on the left wing boards. Passing out to the blue line. Blake Butcher's shot went off a stick past the net to the left of Sallee. Now it's out in front and cleared out of the zone by Brentwood. And just goes past the goal line, and the officials call icing. 6:42 to go in the first, no goals on the board. Draw is going to be to Sallee's left. Won by Centennial. Blake Butcher dumps it to the end boards. Puck out on the far side. Now a shot stopped by Sallee from in tight. That was from Mitchell. Back the other way comes Callahan Fielder, right wing side of the Centennial zone. Puck taken away from him and knocked off the stick of Boyer, but it comes back to Alex Cesarone, who carries it out of the zone. I keep wanting to call him Avery. Puck sent back into the Brentwood zone. Blake Butcher gets to it, backhands it up the boards, but not very hard. Picked up by Payne Fielder, passed out to the blue line. Jack Schultz trying to send it to the front of the net, hit something and went past the net to the right of Stratton. Now Brendan Mitchell deflects the puck back into the Centennial zone, but he was still behind the red line, and it goes for an icing. 5:55 to go in the first, still zip in the Hine Cup losers bracket semifinal. If this were 10 years ago, it would be a Preds Cup game. Of course, we're coming up on the 11th anniversary on Saturday of their fabulous Preds Cup Final showdown at Bridgestone Arena in 2014. Draw to the right of Stratton. Centennial won that game 2-1 in overtime. Kyle Kawamura played only his freshman year, scored the overtime winning goal, went out a legend. A Centennial and GNASH legend. Here's Tate Butcher carrying the puck out to center. Butcher into the Brentwood zone, chips it down the left wing boards. Puck coming around to the right wing corner. And Brentwood pick it up, and out at center with it is Brody Bohman. Bohman into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Turns around, waits for help. Trying to chip it down the wall, but it's broken up and cleared out by Caleb Mills. Now Nick Kloss, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Shot kicked away by Sallee. Now the puck's behind the net. Mills at the inboards battling with Jack Schultz. Schultz fires it off the far wall. Oh, but it goes straight across and ended up in front of the net. Luckily for him, it was picked up by one of his own teammates. And finally, Brentwood get the puck out of the zone. And Centennial player dropped it back to Blake Butcher, but it went past him and goes all the way back down into the Centennial end. Butcher with it now. Passing ahead to Kloss at center off his stick. And back in the Brentwood end of the right wing side. Taken back by the Bruins. Here's Jack Schultz back into the Centennial zone. Chips the puck to the left wing corner. He'll go to the bench for a change. Aiden Gardner will carry it out to center. Puck taken away from him. Matthew Meleved sends it back into the Centennial zone. Alex Cesarone tried to fire it to little sis Avery, and it went right past her and deep into the Brentwood end for an icing. 4:03 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw is to the right of Stratton, won by Brentwood, but the puck goes out to center. Tracked down by Ben Marshall. Trying to pass ahead to Zane Cesarone, intercepted by Alex Cesarone. He's got it on the left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Sending it around to the right wing corner, and Awen Douglas trying to put it out in front. Knocked away from the front of the net. And Payne Fielder will clear. Here's Zane Cesarone into the Centennial zone with a shot from the right wing side, stopped by Stratton. Callahan Fielder keeps it alive. Going down the slot, a shot, he hit the post to the left of Stratton. That close to Brentwood taking a 1-0 lead. Puck in the left wing corner. And Aiden Gardner will carry it out to center. Gardner back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Backhands it off the mask, I think, or either hit the outside netting or off the mask of Sallee. Puck now back in the Centennial zone, and Owen Brought and Zane Cesarone ran into one of the linesmen, shouldering each other. Back the other way, Aiden Gardner, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. There's a puck taken away, but Matthew Melamed can't clear. Puck back in front of the backhander from Caleb Mills is stopped. It either was stopped by Sallee or missed the net to his right. Puck sliding through center back into the Centennial zone. Picked up by Owen Brought. Brought out at center. Back into the Brentwood zone. On the left wing side. Hands it off Kloss. Drops it down low. Caleb Mills. Now the puck in the right wing corner. Puck almost came out in front for Sophia Soar. Now it's out on the far side. Brody Bohman with it for Brentwood. Clears it out. But Blake Butcher grabs it at center. Crosses the red line. Tried to shoot it on goal. It hit Jack Schultz. So Schultz with a block, even though I don't think he saw the puck coming his way. Now he's behind his own net. And Schultz will fire it to center off the skates of Bohman. Nick Kloss carries it back into the Brentwood zone. Kloss a shot in the slot, blockered away by Sallee. Puck out on the far boards. Bruins with it. And Johnny Kelso dumps it into the Centennial zone, goes for a change. Puck on the right wing corner. Here's Brody Bohman. Bohman passing out to the blue line, Will Hubbard. Trying to send it to the net. Here's Bowen, a backhander blocked in front. Callahan Fielder, a backhander stopped by Stratton. Another shot stopped by Stratton, but the rebound is put in by Brody Bohman. The third rebound is put in by Bohman. Stratton drifted too far to his right. Bohman able to tuck it in that bottom left-hand corner. And Brentwood take a 1-0 lead with 86 seconds to go in the first. Draw one by the Cougars. Sent to center. Jack Schultz with it for the Bruins. Oh, he almost had it taken away by Sean Advani. Centennial do get it, and Aiden Gardner dumps it into the Brentwood zone from center. It's in the left wing corner. Last minute of the first. Brentwood out to center. Payne Fielder takes a hit inside the Centennial zone from Blake Butcher. Puck back in the Centennial end. Here's Alex Azaminia. Passing up the far side, went past the stick of Aiden Gardner and goes deep for an icing. 41.4 seconds to go in the first. 1-0 Brentwood. Draw is going to be to Stratton's left. One by Brentwood. Shot from Matthew Melamed at the right point. Went off a Centennial stick. Still came towards the front of the net. Picked up by Owen Brought, though. Brought, had it poked away by Zane Cesarone. 30 seconds left in the first. Brendan Mitchell was carrying it towards his own blue line, but it was poked off his stick. Now Nick Kloss deep in his own zone. Puck out on the far boards. Here is Caleb Mills out to center. Mills had the puck smacked away by Payne Fielder. Now Owen Brought brings it back into the Brentwood zone. Shot in the slot. Blockered away by Sallee. Now here's Zane Cesarone. Back into the Centennial zone. Getting off a shot. Stopped by Stratton. Rebound cleared out of the zone, and that'll be it for the first. Brody Bohman with a late goal for Brentwood, which is 92 seconds left in the first, and they lead Centennial 1-0 after one in the Henry Hine Cup Losers Bracket semifinal. Ready to start the second period. Andrew Sallee still in goal for Brentwood. Drew Stratton still in goal for Centennial for this second period. Brentwood will carry the puck to my left to right. Centennial from my right to left. Draw one by Brentwood. Here's Johnny Kelso, left wing side of the Centennial zone. A shot stopped. Tries a rebound. That was stopped by Stratton as well. And now here come the Cougars. Aiden Gardner with a shot from center. Just misses the net to the right of Sallee. Now here's Will Hubbard. Had the puck poked away. And then Graham Engelhart pokes it away and sent out to center. Nick Kloss with it for Centennial. Kloss brings it back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Pass in front. Oh, couldn't get it to Tate Butcher. Butcher with it on the near side. Passes across to the far side. Cabell Cunningham's going to get there. Takes a shot from the right wing boards. Stopped and covered up by Sallee. 13-13. Left in the second. 1-0 Brentwood. And the draw is going to be to Sally's left. Of course, we should note that in that October 16th meeting that Centennial won 5-1, it was Collier Owen in goal for Brentwood, not Andrew Sallee. Centennial won the draw shot in the blue line, and Alex Zaminio was blocked. Awen Douglas unable to get to it. Back the other way come the Bruins. Puck was poked off the stick of Bohman and out to center. Bohman with the only goal of the game so far. Here's Jack Schultz. Schultz. Sending it up the near side to center, but Alex Zaminio intercepts. Has it inside his own zone. Zaminio steps out to center. Took a shot that went off of Jack Schultz and into the glass. Still in play. It's inside the Brentwood zone. Will Hubbard. Carries it out to center. Hubbard into the Centennial zone on the left wing side. Tried to maneuver around Blake Butcher. Could not. Puck cleared out. And here's a chance for Centennial. But Jack Schultz is going to beat Brendan Mitchell to it inside the Brentwood zone. Schultz banks it off the near boards. Here's Johnny Kelso. Back into the Centennial zone on the left wing side. Leaves it for Graham Engelhart. Had it poked away and cleared out by, I think it was Awen Douglas who did that. Yes, it was her. And Brody Bohman sends the puck back into the Centennial zone. Alex Zaminio with it. Behind his own net. Now he's going to pass it ahead to little sister Avery. Off her skate right at the Brentwood blue line. She'll backhand it into the Bruins zone. Jack Schultz at the end boards. Behind his own net, fighting with Aiden Gardner. Caleb Mills comes in there. Puck comes over to Will Hubbard. Hubbard. Oh, Hubbard took a high stick from Aiden Gardner, who's going to go to the box for it. I think it's going to be a high stick. I think it's going to call holding. Going to be a holding call. I thought it'd be a high stick because the stick did kind of get up into his head or into his helmet. So Brentwood back in the power play at 1-0 with 11:25 to go in the second. Holding the call against Aiden Gardner. Draw me to the left of Stratton. Centennial won the draw, tried to clear it out. There's a one-timer from the left circle, and Callahan fielder stopped and held on to by Stratton. Draw me to Stratton's right again. Won by Centennial again. Here's Nick Kloss. Passing it out to the far side. And the Cougars clear it out. Jack Schultz going to get to it inside his own zone. Try to stretch pass up the far side to Johnny Kelso. It misses him completely and goes for an icing. 82 seconds to go in the power play for Brentwood. 10:48 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Bruins. Draw will be to Sallee's right. One by the Bruins. Here's Callahan Fielder. Passing it ahead to Zane Cesarone. Cesarone, right wing side of the Centennial zone. Could not get around Nick Kloss. Kloss fires the puck around to the far boards. And cleared out by the Cougars. Minute left in the power play for Brentwood. Jack Schultz. Schultz brings the puck to center. Gets pushed off by Owen Boyer. Callahan Fielder. Back into the Centennial zone. Taking a shot in the left wing. Misses the net to the left of Stratton. Puck came out to the right point, and Schultz sent it past the net to Stratton's left. Now it's out on the near side again. Centennial tried to clear one off the skates of Stratton. Now it's cleared out in the second try by Brendan Mitchell. And Mitchell, Schultz beat him to the puck again inside the Brentwood zone. 20 seconds left in the power play for Brentwood. Here's Callahan Fielder. Left wing side of the Centennial zone. Lost the puck. Cougars could not clear it out. Kept alive by Ben Marshall. And puck cleared out. Here's Nick Kloss. Right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Taking a shot. Stopped and held on to by Sallee. Sorry, it was Caleb Mills. Oh, and then Jack Schultz said something to him. Mills turns around, gives him a shove in the face. And Mills having to be warned by one of the linesmen about his language. 3 seconds left in the power play, 9:29 to go in the second. And it is still 1-0 Brentwood. Draw is going to be to the left of Sallee. One by Brentwood. Reed Odell passing ahead to Brody Bohman off his stick into the Centennial zone. Penalty time against the Cougars is up. They're back at even strength. We get a whistle, and we're going to have a slashing call against who? Is it against Centennial? Wow, it's against Caleb Mills. So Mills in the box for slashing. And did Centennial just get another penalty called against them? Did they get an unsportsmanlike? Clayton Hodgson going into the box. So it's an unsportsmanlike against the assistant coach. So Brentwood have a 5-on-3. Centennial have a man, down a man, kill the penalty. And they're killing, now they're going to be killing two at once. Or is it a 10-minute misconduct? 9:20 to go in the second. Brentwood back to the power play, up 1-0. It's going to be 5-on-4, so it must have been a 10-minute misconduct. I guess it was Clayton Hodgson who said something and got the 10-minute misconduct. Here's Will Hubbard, a shot off the draw. I think Stratton got a piece of it as it went past the net. Callahan Fielder. Passing below the goal line. Back in front, Fielder shot over the net. I think it went off Stratton's glove and over. Let me just pull up the box score here. Draw on the dot in front of the Brentwood bench. Okay, so Caleb Mills got 2 for slashing, and then he got a 10-minute misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct. So Hodgson is serving the 2. Callahan Fielder, left wing side of the Centennial zone. Trying to drop it back. It's taken away and cleared down ice. It's on goal. Andrew Sallee has to stop it. Under a minute left in the power play for Brentwood. And Aiden Gardner gets the puck away from Will Hubbard. Gardner goes to the front of that. Pass across Brendan Mitchell. Oh, it actually came on goal. Had to be fought off by Sallee. Mitchell trying to center it. Goes off of Callahan Fielder. Now here's Gardner taking a shot that goes off a stick and off the end glass. Now here's Jack Schultz. Trying to pass ahead to Callahan Fielder. Hit his right arm, and Brendan Mitchell has it at center. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for Brentwood. Mitchell back in the Brentwood zone. A shot in the right circle. Stopped and held on to by Sallee. 23 seconds to go in the power play. 7:43 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Brentwood. The draw is going to be to Sallee's left. Draw one by Brentwood. Here's Zane Cesarone out at center. Into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Cesarone. Sharp angle shot. I don't think it ever got on goal. Puck's behind the net. Callahan Fielder at the end boards. Passes out left circle. Jack Schultz, a shot. Stopped by Stratton. And the rebound will be brought out of the zone by Centennial. Penalty time against them is up. They're back at even strength. Owen Boyer, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Had the puck taken away by Matthew Melamed. Now it's sliding along the end kick plate. Callahan Fielder with it. Ahead to Schultz. Up, went past Schultz. It's going to stay inside the zone. Held in by, it just went over the blue line. Blake Butcher sent it back in, and it touched it up offside. 6:59 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Brentwood. Draw on the dot across from the Centennial bench. Won by the Cougars. They had to back up into their own zone to try and get an attack going up. And Nick Kloss almost had the puck taken away by Zane Cesarone. Kloss is going to bring it through center. Chip it into the Brentwood zone. Catch up to it on the right wing side. Kloss at the inboards behind the net. Try to put it out in front for Avery Azaminia. Deflected away by Callahan Fielder. Fielder with it out at center. Fielder into the Centennial zone left wing side. Taking a shot. Missed the net. Puck comes out to the slot. Awen Douglas with it. She'll bank it off the far glass. Aiden Gardner has it right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Gardner with a little backhander from the bottom of the right circle. Gloved and held onto by Sallee. 6:11 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Brentwood. Draw is going to be to Sallee's left. One by Centennial. Ben Marshall behind the net, and the puck poked away. Here's Tate Butcher. Passing up to the left point, Alex Azaminia. Azaminia gets around Brody Bohman, but he let the puck get too far ahead. And Matthew Malamed tried to clear it out of the zone. Azaminia backhands it back to the inboards from the left point. Puck behind the net again. Brendan Mitchell puts it out in front. Held into the blue line. Blake Butcher, a shot. Stopped by Sallee. Went off his left arm and past the net. Puck cleared out by the Bruins. Brody Bohman with it left wing side of the Centennial zone. Had it poked off his stick by Alex Azaminia. Now it's cleared out by Centennial, and this will go for an icing. 5:25 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Brentwood. Draws to Stratton's left. Is won by Brentwood. Here's a one-timer in the left circle, and Bohman turned away by Stratton. Pass across Graham Engelhart, bottom of the right circle. His shot misses the net to Stratton's left. Bohman trying to pass out to the blue line, and it goes out of the zone. Ben Marshall. Ahead to Johnny Kelso. Kelso chips it back into the Centennial zone. Here's Owen Brott. Backhanded around to the near side. And, it just stayed in the zone. Matthew Mellon held it in, and then he takes a hit. He takes a hit on the near side, and he's just now getting back up, and Brentwood are going to go on the power play again. Aiden Gardner into the box. I'm not sure what the signal was, but Brentwood back to the power play, up 1-0 with 4:40 to go in the second. It'll be roughing against Gardner. Another kill for Centennial coming up. They got to, eventually Brentwood are going to convert one of these. Draw is going to be to the left of Stratton. You know, it's surprising. In the second period of the first meeting in this Hine Cup back on February 5th, Centennial outscored Brentwood, I think, 4-3 in the second period. On their way to winning 6-4. Brody Bohman scored with 86 seconds left in the first here, and it's been 1-0 ever since. Here's Ben Marshall, left wing side of the Centennial zone. Drops the puck back. Oh, Zane Cesarone just held it inside the zone, and Will Hubbard sent it past the net to the right of Stratton. Puck in front. Nobody in a blue sweater can get there. And Tate Butcher will chip it down ice to get it out of the zone. Jack Schultz. Schultz carries the puck to center. Shakes off a hit attempt from Tate Butcher. Now here's Brody Bohman, left wing side of the Centennial zone. The puck poked away, kept in the zone. Puck put in front, but nobody in a blue sweater could get to it. It's cleared out by Centennial. And a minute left in the power play for Brentwood. Jack Schultz. Schultz sending the puck back into the Centennial zone. Alex Zaminia is going to get to it. Fires it around the wall to the near side, and Schultz couldn't keep it alive. It's back in the Brentwood zone. Tate Butcher gets to it on the left wing side, backhands it in front, but Callahan Fielder intercepts. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for Brentwood. Here's Fielder out to center. Callahan Fielder in the Centennial zone. Holding, shooting, stopped by Stratton. Puck in the right wing corner. And it'll be brought to center by Nick Kloss. Kloss back in the Brentwood zone, but lost it to Brody Bohman on the back check. Puck back in the Centennial end. Penalty time against the Cougars is up. They're back at even strength. Another kill for them. They got to convert a chance. Aiden Gardner calling for the puck at center right out of the box, but it's iced by Alex Zaminia. 2:31 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Brentwood. So the draw is going to be to Stratton's right. Centennial win the draw, clear it down into the Brentwood zone. Aiden Gardner catches up to it, puts it in front of it, brought a shot, stop point blank by Sallee. Matthew Melamed clears it out to center, brings it out to center. Oh, the clock hasn't started. The clock is still stuck at 2:31. The clock hasn't started. Now the clock is started. They're going to have to let some time run off. Only 5 seconds ran off because the puck is fired into the Centennial bench by Owen Brott, and they reset the clock to 2 minutes. So 2 minutes left in the second. 1-0 Brentwood. Draw is going to be to the left of Stratton. Won by Brentwood. Matthew Melamed whiffs on a shot attempt to the right point. Puck carried to center. Brendan Mitchell leading a 2-on-1. Mitchell, left wing side of the Centennial Brentwood zone, and the puck poked off his stick in the back check by Ben Marshall. Backhands it out in front. Oh, but Blake Butcher had it go through his skates and out to center. Alex Zaminia trying to backhand it back towards the Brentwood end. Callahan fielder skates back into his own zone with a puck. And he's out at center with it. Back into the Centennial zone on the left wing side. Middle of the ice, the shot misses the net to the left of Stratton. And the Bruins, Centennial getting the puck around the boards. Ben Marshall holds it in at the left point. Sends it down the left wing boards. Callahan fielder putting it in front. They score! It's Cesarone on the redirect. Cesarone standing on the left-hand side of the net to redirect it in. And Brentwood have a 2-0 lead with 67 seconds to go in the second. Draw one by the Cougars, but turned right over to the Bruins. Brody Bohman dumps it into the Centennial zone. Last minute of the second. Here goes Caleb Mills. Nick Kloss, left wing side of the Brentwood zone, tried to pass across. It was intercepted and cleared out by Jack Schultz. Owen Brott passing up the far side to Aiden Gardner, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Gardner going down the right wing to the net. A shot stopped and held on to by Sallee at his left-hand post. 31.8 seconds to go in the second. 2-0 Brentwood. Draw is to the left of Sallee. One by Centennial, turned over to Brentwood, and then almost taken back inside the Centennial zone, inside the Brentwood zone by Centennial. Owen Brott does have it. Carrying it down the right wing boards, but wanted to go to the front of the net. Poked away by Johnny Kelso, and then he gives Kelso a big hit on the far boards as Kelso took the puck away and cleared it out. And it's going to be an elbowing call. Another careless penalty by Centennial. Brentwood back on the power play, up 2-0 with 13.5 seconds to go in the second. Draw is going to be to Stratton's right. Another big kill coming up for Centennial because now they're down 2. Draw one by Brentwood. Will Hubbard shot in the left point, gloved and held onto by Sallee. They'll drop it to his right again. One by the Bruins. Will Hubbard, left point, taking a shot. Oh, actually went off a stick, came to Reed Odell, but he couldn't get the shot off. Puck behind the net. That's going to be it for the second. Another late goal for Brentwood here in the second. Zane Cesarone scoring with just 67 seconds to go in the period. And Brentwood leads Centennial 2-0 after 2 in the Henry Hine Cup Losers Bracket semifinal. Ready to start the third period. Drew Stratton still in goal for Centennial. Andrew Sallee still in goal for Brentwood. For this third period, Centennial will carry the puck my left to right. Brentwood from my right to left. Brentwood starting the third period with 1:46 of power play time carrying over. Centennial come back and tie the game. Centennial come back, tie the game, and the third finish is tied. We'll go to a 5-minute 3-on-3 sudden death overtime. If that doesn't solve it, a shootout. Centennial with the puck in the Brentwood zone. Nick Kloss left point, fires it around the kick plate. Jack Schultz trying to clear it out. Held in by Tate Butcher. It's to the inboard. Schultz with it again. And he gives it away. And a shot stopped. Rebound by Butcher stopped. First shot came from Kloss. Minute left in the power play for Brentwood. Brody Bohman takes a hit from Aiden Gardner, bringing the puck into the Centennial zone. And the puck fired to the other end of the ice, to the other blue line by Blake Butcher. Now Callahan Fielder brings it back into the Centennial zone. Drops it off. Zane Cesarone in the slot. A shot off the right leg pad of Stratton. Puck comes up to the left point. And a one-timer from Will Hubbard off the leg of Blake Butcher and past the net to the right of Stratton. 30 seconds left. The power play up. Here's a one-timer or a slap shot from Jack Schultz. Gloved and held on to by Stratton. 25 seconds to go in the power play. 12:38 to go in regulation. 2-0 Brentwood. Draws to Stratton's left. Won by the Bruins. But it went out to center. Jack Schultz with it. Schultz passing it to the blue line. Brody Bohman with it inside the Centennial zone. Drops it back to Zane Cesarone. Cesarone backhands it to the inboards. It's going around to the far side. And Alex Ismenia tried to clear it out. Jack Schultz kept it in. Cleared out eventually by Brendan Mitchell. Now here's Owen Boyer, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Tried to drive it back to Mitchell, who had already gone past. Here's Schultz. Back in the Centennial zone. Drops it to the inboards. Callahan Fielder behind the net. Tried to put it out in front. And then went off the skate of Nick Kloss. Puck back in the Brentwood zone. Bruins controlling. Will Hubbard. Cross to Johnny Kelso. Kelso. Ahead to Brody Bohman. And it jabbed away by Owen Boyer. Now here's Johnny Kelso back in his own zone. And Graham Engelhart had the puck go off his stick. And Blake Butcher tried to move it ahead, and it went off the stick, I think, of Brody Bohman into the Centennial bench. 11:23 to go in regulation. Still 2-0 Brentwood. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the Centennial bench. One by the Cougars, Owen Brott. Passes out to the far side. Nick Kloss at center. Kloss into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. The puck poked away. Here's Johnny Kelso back into the Centennial zone, and the puck taken away. Tate Butcher out to center. Butcher back in the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Drops it back for Aiden Gardner. Try to get it over to Nick Kloss. Kloss gets to it, sends it to the inboards, but it's taken by Brentwood and cleared out to center. Owen Brott grabs it. Brings it back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Dropped it out up top, held in Aiden Gardner. Gardner in the high slot, moves to the left circle, a shot, score! Aiden Gardner fires it into the back of the net from the left circle, and Centennial are finally on the board. 2-1 Brentwood with 10:33 to go in regulation. Draw one by the Bruins. Payne Fielder Sends the puck into the Centennial zone. Alex Zaminia sends it back up the near side. Here's Brendan Mitchell in the Brentwood zone, and the puck knocked away. Cleared out by Jack Schultz. It's back deep in the Centennial zone. Alex Zaminia falls over in the right wing corner. Zane Cesarone with a puck. And it slides up the far side. Caleb Mills with it out at center. Mills served at 2-10. Now he's done. Takes a shot from the left wing of the Brentwood zone. Gloved and held on to by Sallee. 10 minutes to go in regulation. Still 2-1 Brentwood. Draws to Sallee's right. Won by the Cougars. Caleb Mills dropping it to the inboards. Here's Brendan Mitchell. Now the Bruins come up with it. With it at center is Zane Cesarone. Cesarone, right wing side of the Centennial zone, around the back of the net. Leaves it at the inboards. Payne Fielder trying to put it in front for Callahan. Intercepted by Owen Brott. Cleared out by Centennial. Callahan Fielder intercepts, brought it right back to the Centennial blue line, and it poked away. Now here's Tate Butcher. He has it poked off his stick. Going to the Brentwood blue line by Jack Schultz. Now the puck back in the Centennial end. Blake Butcher fires it to the far side. Gardner knocked it down, but couldn't keep it on his stick. Here's Jack Schultz, flipping it to center. Back into the Centennial zone. Blake Butcher with it. Butcher. Ahead to Gardner. Now here's Nick Kloss, passing to the left wing of the Brentwood zone, and Tate Butcher trying to drop it down to the left wing corner. But Johnny Kelso ends up clearing it out. Here's Tate Butcher. Butcher up, flips it into the netting above the glass next to the Brentwood bench. Trying to dump it back into the Brentwood zone. 8:36 to go in regulation. Still 2-1 Bruins. And they're going to drop the puck on the dot. No, where are they going to drop it? No, they're going to drop it right at center ice. Draw one by Brentwood. Jack Schultz flipping it up the far side. It hit Cabell Cunningham in the back. Now the puck back in the Brentwood zone. Aiden Gardner shot in the left wing board. Stopped and held on to by Sallee. So they'll drop it to Sallee's right once again. Draw one by the Cougars. Puck down low. Out on the far side. It's cleared out by Brody Bohman. It's going to go for an icing. Draw to the right of Sallee, won by Centennial. Alex Zaminia tried to backhand it to the slot. It's intercepted and carried out. Payne Fielder passing across the far side at center, but it misses Zane Cesarone. Here's Brendan Mitchell, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Drops it back, Caleb Mills. Mills along the goal line, trying to come out in front. Puck knocked off his stick back to the far boards. Mills with it again. Sends it to the end boards. Put out in front. And Blake Butcher chips it back to the left wing corner. Brentwood trying to get it out, but Centennial keeping it alive. Now it goes to the end boards on the near side. Puck sliding back over to the left wing corner and cleared out by Callahan Fielder. And it's going towards the Centennial net. Drew Stratton will tap it to the near side. Alex Zaminia passes ahead to Caleb Mills off his stick. Sent back the other way by Brentwood. Here's Blake Butcher. Backhanding it back into the Brentwood zone. And it is cleared out by the Bruins. Now Azaminia. Alex Azaminia. Oh, inside his own zone. Almost left the puck behind in his own zone, starting to bring it out. Hands it off to Aiden Gardner. Gardner through center. Into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Goes to the inboards. He's behind the net, put out in front. Now one-timer from Nick Kloss, stopped by Andrew Sallee. Owen brought with the puck at the left point. Taking a shot through traffic off Sally's left leg pad. There's a slap shot from the right wing. Misses that. That was from Kloss. Broad holds it in left point. Sends it down into the left wing corner and Butcher. Now Gardner. There's that tape Butcher. Passes out to the blue line. Nick Kloss' shot stopped by Sallee. Puck loose. And it goes out to the far side. Stays in the zone. Owen Boyer sends it around to the near side. And Payne Fielder clears it out of the zone for Brentwood. Aiden Gardner catches up to it inside the Centennial zone. Passes up the far side. And now Owen Boyer back in the Brentwood zone. Pass hit a Brentwood skate and stopped dead. Still inside the zone. Oh, we get a whistle. They call offside against Centennial after all. Looked like it was an onside play to me. I guess that's what they called. 5:43 left in regulation. Still 2-1 Brentwood. Draw will be on the dot in front of the bleachers across from the Brentwood bench. One by Centennial, sent into the Brentwood zone. Here's Will Hubbard. Trying to pass ahead to Graham Engelhart, and it missed him, and it goes for an icing. Puck sent back into the Brentwood zone for the face-off, which will be to the left of Sallee. One by Centennial. Avery Azaminia, shot blocked. She maintains the puck. Tried to send it to the front of the net. It's intercepted. Now here's Jack Schultz through center. Into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Schultz with an on-angle shot. Stopped by Stratton. It falls at the crease. He covers. Draw is going to be to the left of Stratton. One by Brentwood. Jack Schultz tried to send it to the front of the net. It's blocked and carried out to center by Brendan Mitchell. Mitchell back in the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Takes a shot. Gloved and held onto by Sallee at his left-hand post. 5:06 to go in regulation. Still 2-1 Brentwood. Draw is going to be to Sally's left. One by Centennial. Here's Owen Broad at the blue line. Slap shot went off a Brentwood stick. Avery Azaminia kept the puck alive, tried to backhand it to the front of the net. It was intercepted. Then she tries to pass to the slot, and it's knocked out of the zone by the Bruins. All the way back down into the Centennial end it goes. No icing. Stops before the goal line. Puck coming around the boards to the near side. Held into the left point. Callahan Fielder sends it back to the inboards. Owen Broad. Out to the far side. Nick Kloss. Passing it back to the near side for Broad. Broad. Passing up the far side. Kloss had it go off his skate. And now here's Payne Fielder, right wing side of the Centennial zone, getting off a shot. Gloved and held on to by Stratton. 4:21 to go in regulation. Still 2-1 Brentwood. Draw is going to be to Stratton's left. Draw one by Centennial. Puck carried to center. Aiden Gardner. Gardner. Oh, lost it to Brody Bohman right when he was going to the Brentwood blue line. Callahan Fielder back in the Centennial zone. Puck poked off his stick by Blake Butcher. Alex Azaminia behind his own net. Out on the far side. Ends up trying to pass it up the near side to Owen Boyer, and it goes past Boyer for an icing. Draw is going to be to Stratton's right. No, actually it's going to be to his left because that's where Azaminia passed it from. It's won by Brentwood. Callahan Fielder over to Payne, who whiffs on it. Whiffs on the one-timer try in the left circle. Blake Butcher up. Tried to send the puck over to the near side boards. It went off of Payne Fielder and out of play, off his skate, his right skate. So they'll drop the puck outside the zone in front of the Centennial bench. Nope. Are they? Yep, they're going to move it outside the zone. 3:47 to go in regulation. Still 2-1 Brentwood. Draw one by Centennial. Nick Kloss trying to back in it up the far boards and does. It's out at center. Brody Bohman with it for Brentwood. Here's Will Hubbard. Ahead to Zane Cesarone. Cesarone chips it back into the Centennial zone. I could not. Owen Brock tried to clear it out. Could not. It was held in by Callahan Fielder. Fielder with a shot in the right circle. Misses the net. Payne Fielder trying to put it in front. Held in. Cesarone shot in the right circle. Blocked. He gets it back. Carries it below the goal line. Oh, and he whiffed trying to pass it out in front. Has the puck again on the near side, pushed into the boards. Here's Nick Kloss. Driving it back around to the near side, Owen Brott. Trying to skate away from Cesarone, and he does. Passes across the far side. Tate Butcher gets pushed over by Brody Bohman, who sends the puck back into the Centennial zone. Stratton sends it around to the near side. Here's Owen Boyer. Clearing out of the zone, but dumped right back in by Callahan Fielder. Aiden Gardner behind his own net. Gardner out to center. Left wing side of the Brentwood zone, and the puck poked away. And here's Nick Kloss trying to put it in front. It's intercepted and carried back to center. Johnny Kelso. Right wing side of the Centennial zone, pushed to the boards. Blake Butcher battling with Kelso. Eventually he let go. Now the puck carried back into the Brentwood end, and a shot from Tate Butcher. Turned away by Sallee. Shot from Brendan Mitchell on the outside, blocked. Will Hubbard carries to center. Hubbard sends it back into the Centennial zone, catches up to it on the right wing side, gets up an on-angle shot, turned away by Stratton. Mitchell passing ahead to Nick Kloss. Kloss from the right wing side, a shot gloved and held on to by Sallee as Andrew Stratton comes to the bench. And the Centennial net is empty. 1:40 to go in regulation. 2-1 Brentwood, and the Bruins are going to use their timeout. As Centennial, 1:40 away from their season coming to an end in a surprisingly low-scoring game, considering the first meeting between these two in this Henry Hine Cup ended 6-4. Again, the winner of this game will play Station Camp Liberty Creek on Wednesday night in the Hine Cup Losers Bracket Final, where the winner of that game will play Father Ryan on Thursday night in Antioch in the Henry Hine Cup Final. Timeout done. Draw to the left of Andrew Sallee. 1:40 to go. 2-1 Brentwood. And the Bruins win the draw. They get it around the wall to the far side. Alex Zane just held it in at the left point. Takes a shot, misses the net to the right of Sallee. Shot from Nick Kloss blocked. Now the puck over on the far side again as Aminia. Passing it out to the blue line, it goes off the boards and out. Nick Kloss with it at center. Brings it back into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Kloss to the end boards, around the back of the net. Backhanding up to the right point, and Alex Zaminia takes a shot, misses the net. 1 minute left in regulation. Pass the slot, one-timer, stopped by Sallee, that was Aiden Gardner. Oh, it's still in the crease. Now there's Owen Broad, a one-timer from the slot. Stopped by Sallee, and he's got it covered. .2 seconds to go in regulation, 2-1 Brentwood. And Centennial are going to use their timeout. Biggest face-off of the season coming up for them. Because they've got to get it right. This Centennial team has no juniors. Seniors, sophomores, and freshmen, that's it. Can Centennial find the equalizer in these last 46.2 seconds? 2-1 Brentwood. Draw is going to be to Sallee's left. Draw one by the Cougars. Shot from Nick Kloss. I think it was blocked. Puck cleared out. Kloss going to catch up to it inside his own zone. Centennial still have the net empty. Kloss skating it through center, back into the Brentwood zone. 30 seconds left in regulation. Kloss trying to put it out in front for Caleb Mills. It was intercepted, and Brentwood iced it with 23 seconds exactly to go. Draw to the left of Sallee. One by Centennial. Shot in the right point, Nick Kloss. I think it was stopped by Sallee. And Brentwood end up icing the puck again with 13.3 seconds to go. And yeah, Sallee did have to make a save on that Kloss shot. Draw to the left of Sallee once more. One by the Cougars again. Nick Kloss, right point, taking a shot, misses the net to the right of Sallee. Alex Zaminia got to get it to the slot quick. It's in front, it's loose. Held in, Nick Kloss shot, blocked, that's it. Brentwood are still alive in the Henry Hine Cup as they beat Centennial 2-1 in the losers bracket semifinal. And they will play Station Camp Liberty Creek on Wednesday night in the losers bracket final. So it's the 5-seed Brentwood, 3-seed Father Ryan, and 1-seed Station Camp Liberty Creek, who are still alive. In the 2025 Henry Hine Cup. And the Bruins will play Station Camp Liberty Creek on Wednesday night at 7:10 here on Rink A at Centennial in the Losers Bracket Final. All right, so the goal scorers in this one, Aiden Gardner had the only goal for Centennial. And the 2 goals for Brentwood were from Brody Bohman and the game winner from Zane Cesarone. But the player of the game is going to be Andrew Sallee. Another terrific performance in goal from him. And the Bruins are still playing GNASH hockey in the 2024-25 season, and Centennial season over. And let me just do something here on the Facebook page, and then I'll go over the seniors that Centennial will be saying goodbye to. There's a lot. They have the biggest senior class in the whole league this year. All right, that's done. So here are who Centennial will be saying goodbye to in terms of departing seniors. Sean Advani, Clayton Hodgen, Brendan Mitchell, big piece of their offense. Awen Douglas, Owen Boyer, John Caesar, Drew Stratton is gone. Cabell Cunningham, Alex Izaminia, and Blake Butcher. 8 of those players are from Centennial. Advani and Cunningham are the only 2 FRA seniors. But now, you know, it's been almost 10 years since the last time there was sufficient ice down in Williamson County. I know we got Nolensville, but that's not really sufficient. That's just one sheet. I know that they're trying to reestablish pipelines. Of course, there's the middle school spring league that's run by the Predators. Their new season starts in just a couple weeks. And there are some there are some supplemental teams. There's a Nolensville team, but it has nothing to do with Nolensville High School. There's a Franklin team, has nothing to do with Franklin. They're supplemental teams, a lot of them. Like Father Ryan have their own team. Ensworth have their own team. I think NBA are going to have their own team. Ravenwood have a team that's a co-op of their two middle feeder schools, or feeder middle schools. But man, how on earth do you replace 8 players when you don't have a pipeline? Since Centennial, and what happens to Carson Denning, the lone FRA player? Is he going to end up in the Outlaws? There's a lot of questions to answer about this Centennial team during the offseason, because I don't see how they regain anything. Okay. Well, we got 5 teams still playing GNASH hockey in 2024-25. So here's the schedule for Wednesday. 7:10 here on Rink A at Centennial. The Hine Cup Losers Bracket Final. Brentwood, the 5 seed, taking on 1 seed Station Camp Liberty Creek. Pregame will be at 7:05. Then at 8:40, the Preds Cup Final. Ravenwood against Ensworth-Nowensville-Lipscomb. If Ravenwood win, they force the if necessary game next Monday night in Bellevue. If Ensworth win, they win the Preds Cup for the 2nd straight year. Pregame will start at 8:30 for that one. And then Thursday night in Antioch, the Hine Cup Final, Father Ryan against the Brentwood Station Camp winner. Our finals tonight in overtime in the Preds Cup Losers Bracket Final, Ravenwood 4, Montgomery Bell 3, and just now in the Henry Hine Cup Losers Bracket Semifinal in regulation, Brentwood 2, Centennial-FRA 1. The final full week of the 2025 GNASH postseason has begun. We have 5 teams left. After that Brentwood Station Camp game, we'll only have 4 left. And by the end of this week, how many will still be playing? Will we have 4 teams left and need both if necessaries? Will we have two teams left and only need 1 if necessary? Or will there be no teams left? And we'll be waiting on the All-Star game on Wednesday, March 5th. We'll see. But that's going to do it from Centennial for this evening. I'm Michael Ackney. Thank you all so much for listening. Good night, everybody, and we'll talk to you Wednesday right back here at Centennial for another night of GNASH playoff hockey, including the Predators Cup Final.